Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we are doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is what you're attracting in love. Now, before I get into the reading, this is how I know you guys are so aligned with me, because I haven't done a love reading in a while. I think it's about 5 months since I've done a love reading, maybe even 6, I don't know. And I purposely wasn't doing the love readings because my energy was called to do more guidance readings, self-help videos, things like that, because it's been, a little bit heavy. And I always knew that towards the end of the year I was going to do another love reading, and I was just waiting until I felt called to do it. And I was getting requests. I always get requests for love readings anyway, so it was just nothing out of the ordinary that I was getting love reading requests. And then I set the intention out 2 weeks ago that I was ready and I was feeling the energies and I was ready to do a love reading again. When I did that and I set that intention, the amount of comments and requests and emails I've been getting or seeing of you guys asking, are you going to do a love reading soon? It was like you tapped into the intention I'd already set out, which I really wanted to share with you guys because it's like, it shows how interconnected we all are. I was like, you guys were picking up on it, which I thought was really interesting. So I had to share that with you guys because I think it just confirms how interconnected and aligned we all are to be able to pick up on that. I just thought that was so interesting. So yeah, so what we're going to be looking at is what you're drawing in love. So I'm going to be taking a look at your next proper connection, romantic connection, and basically just anything that comes through from that, their energy, your energy, anything spirit really wants to bring through. I'm going to leave it quite open. So instead of crystals, you have objects, because when I knew I was doing this reading today, I was in my bedroom, which is very pink and Venusian. My room's basically a shrine to Aphrodite. It's very pink, and I thought, I think I need to bring this energy from this room into the reading. So I picked 4 objects from my room that I knew would be infused with that Venusian energy for this pick of cards. That's what I've done. So pile number 1, we have the rose quartz roller. I don't know why I span it for you, but there we go. So that's what we have for pile 1. Pile number 2, we have my favorite perfume, Gucci Bloom. So that's pile 2. Pile number 3, we have the ballerina shoe ornament. It is a little bit broken, but it's still beautiful. And pile number 4, we have the hair clip, the pink hair clip. I don't know why I feel like I want to do that. I don't know. It reminds me of, in Harry Potter, when that book underneath the bed and it comes after his feet and it's like coming after him like this. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, those are the 4 objects for you guys to choose from. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what your next relationship is going to be like. So we're basically going to be looking at what you're drawing in next in love. We're going to be taking a look at the energies of that relationship, what helps you draw each other in, what your energies are going to be like, what the connection is going to be like, basically anything that spirit feels you need to know. So I'm going to start with this deck, which I'm only going to pull 1 card, and it's going to be at the base of the reading, and it's basically going to show me the frequency and energy that you're both going to be in that draws you into each other. As you guys know, there's always a frequency that we emit out that aligns us with certain people. So I want to see what's at the root, and then I'm going to be pulling this deck on each side to look at both of your energies and thoughts towards each other when you do meet. So that's how I'm going to start the reading. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 1s. Tap me into the collective of my pile number 1s. You guys may have a lot of Taurus or Libra energy naturally in your chart, or your person might. That's just something that's coming through. I'm being shown the Empress in Tarot. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. What is the frequency both pile number 1 and their person are going to be at when they draw each other in? What energy are they going to be in? 10 of Cups. Awesome. Okay, 10 of Cups. Let's pull the cards for either side and then I'll channel these for you. Pile number 1, please, spirit guides. Pile number 1. What is my pile number 1's energy and feelings going to be towards their person? Some of you guys wear glasses, or your person wears glasses. What do we have here? Four of Swords. So you guys have the Four of Swords in regards to your energy towards your person when you meet. Four of Swords, solitude and healing. What is my pile number one's person's energy going to be towards? I'm hearing that song, I Bruise Easily. I know the name of the person's Natasha. It might be Natasha Bedingfield, but the song's I Bruise Easily, which I feel is your energy towards your person. I think that you may be a little bit on the defense when you do meet your person. Your person's energy towards you guys is the Queen of Wands, which is generosity and tenacity. So that's your person's energy towards you. Okay. And the back of the deck we had the Seven of Wands, persistence and conviction. Okay. Okay, straight away, what's drawing you guys in? We have the Ten of Cups here. So very, very strongly, I feel like you both, I don't think you're going to meet when you're very young. I think that you're going to meet when you've taken a lot of accountability and responsibility of your own lives, and I feel like you're pouring into you. So I feel like you would have gone through the mill of maybe having connections where you've poured into them and they didn't pour back into you. You would have been through the mill of maybe going through a lot of healing work. The reason I say that is the Cups are your, it's like reaching emotional fulfillment within yourselves, which makes me think that both of you would have spent some time on your own and had a lot of character development before you meet each other. There's this energy from the both of you of like, I'm being shown the Ten of Cups being like a podium and then two flights of stairs either side. So it's like you both would have had to climb the stairwell and really go through certain lessons, and I'm being shown like the Saturn symbol. So you had to really learn a lot of hard lessons in love before you meet each other. So I see you both climbing up these stairs to get to the top, and I think that when you get to the top, it's the point of climbing up those stairs and bettering yourself. It's no longer because you want a connection with somebody or because you want someone else to fulfill you. You're already fulfilling that within yourself. There's this energy of you both feeling a little bit on cloud nine when you do meet each other, in a sense of no longer looking outside of yourself for emotional fulfillment and love. It's like, I have it all within me, I'm not looking. And I think that you're both not going to be looking for love when you do meet each other. I'm hearing that song by Rita Ora and, oh my god, what's the person's name? Liam Payne, I think it is. The song they did for 50 Shades of Grey. It's like, I wasn't looking for love till I found you. I can't remember the name of the song. But that's what I'm really being shown. Both of you are going to be very level-headed. I think both of you are going to be very career focused, but it's also, you're both going to be focused on making yourself happy. What makes myself happy? What aligns with me? And I just see you both being in a very good place emotionally and mentally. That's what I'm being shown. And that's how you end up drawing each other in. It's like, you know, when people talk about relationships and they say my other half, it's like you're two holes before you meet each other instead of needing someone else to complete you. So that's where you're at. However, I feel like when you do meet, I do feel for this connection that are going to be, I feel like you're going to be tested in the sense that the connection may shine light on some triggers, because with the Four of Swords, it's reminded me, and it's come up in a love reading before, I feel like you guys specifically may feel a little bit like a feral cat, in the sense that when this person comes in, I feel like you would have spent quite a bit of time on your own. You would be very focused on self. That I see you guys feeling like, I don't think I'm ready to go through that again. I don't think I'm so focused on my life and I'm happy in my life right now. I don't think I want to open up to someone. It's very on the defense. It's reminding me of, I know we've got the Four of Swords, but it's reminding me of the Four of Pentacles. It's almost like I've been on this healing journey for so long. I'm comfortable here. I don't want to peek out. You know what I mean? It's like, I've created this beautiful garden and I don't want anyone coming in because I don't want them messing it up and standing on my flowers. It's given that. So I feel like you may be a little bit standoffish when this person comes in. You may even write this person off and not really look at them romantically in that way. It's like, I've got to focus on myself. I've got to focus on my healing. I still need to be on my own. I haven't got this done yet and I need to focus on this. It's like, you may start to really want to push the connection away, whereas your person comes in towards you as this Queen of Wands. And when I pulled that card, especially with the back of the deck, the Seven of Wands being here in persistence, the stars here remind me of the labyrinth. You know, in the labyrinth when Sarah needs to get her baby brother, and it's hard to get there because it's a whole labyrinth she needs to go through. This person's almost looking at coming into your life, being in a relationship with you is a bit of a labyrinth. It's like, I'm gonna have to really try here. I'm gonna have to really take baby steps here. It's like and this is why your person then gets tested. I feel like you're getting tested with having to open up, whereas I feel like your person's getting tested with the Queen of Wands here. Like, I have this fire, I have this love, I have so much love to give this person, and they're not really reciprocating it in this moment, in the sense of they are, but I can see they're like timid, I can see they're a bit nervous, and it's like they then get tested in the sense of taking that as, how do I explain it? They're getting tested in their empathy, in the sense of, let me put this in the words. I'm tapping into them now and I've just been in you. So with that, it's like, I need to understand how this person's feeling. I need to communicate better. I need to emotionally connect to this person and understand why they're acting like that, instead of taking it as, I'm not good enough, or what I'm given isn't enough, if that makes sense. It's like, I can't take this as it triggering my insecurity that this person doesn't want me. It's like both of you are having to compromise and really I feel like there's wounds that are going to be open for you guys to work through before this can actually be built upon, because there's an energy here of, I do want to be on my own, a little bit like a feral cat. It's like, I want to come out and I want your love, but then I'm also scared because I don't want to be hurt again. I've built this beautiful garden, I want you to explore it with me, but I don't want you to mess it up. And then this person's like, I have a beautiful garden too, and I want to show them my beautiful garden, and I want to do this and I want to do that, why aren't they letting me in? So they're going to have to learn to be slow. So I feel like there is going to be this connection is going to be a slow burner, where you're both having to understand each other's boundaries, compromise in the sense of, you may not want to speak about your emotions, but then you learn that you have to speak about your emotions to help your person understand where you're coming from, and then your person's going to have to balance their own energies out instead of rushing towards you. And it's like, that's how you start to really learn about each other then, if that makes sense. So it does feel a little bit, I wouldn't say complicated in the beginning, because to look at it energetically, it looks beautiful, but you're both then having to, it's like I'm looking at a rose and a daffodil, and they're both having to learn what the other likes. And, you know, instead of rushing into it or just pushing away for the sake of it, it's like you're both having to learn, and that's where something grows. So that's what I've got from those cards, first of all. So let's go deeper, because we need to know more about this. Pile number one, let's pull. So what are the energies that grow from this connection? I like, because Janae Aiko, she was talking about love, and she was saying, I don't like the word falling in love, I like growing in love. And that's what's coming to mind in this connection. It's like, it's not just a case of falling head over heels, it's like we're growing together, and that's how we learn to love each other. We grow together, we pour into each other, we nurture each other, we nurture ourselves, so we grow. And that's what came to mind when I was thinking of this connection. I think you may even go through a period where you are friends as you learn about each other. It's like a baby steps sort of thing. Pile number one. Pile number one's next connection, please, Spirit Guides. What's going to grow from this connection? What are the energies that grow in the beginning stages of this situation or into the relationship? What grows? What seeds are planted from this relationship? We have courage. My shining brave and true bright, my courage now returns this night. Love that. Okay. Pile number one. What grows from this connection? Authenticity. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Love that. Let me just check that the camera is, because it keeps blurring lately. I don't know why. Pile number one. What is my pile? What's going to grow from the connection with my pile number one's relationship? What's going to grow? Magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic's secrets to me now show. Okay. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have grace. Grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So courage, authenticity, magical powers, what seeds are going to be planted? Okay, yeah, straight away I feel like any insecurities that would have stopped this connection from blooming the way that it should are going to come up straight away for you both to purge. It's almost like, you know, like I was saying, the stairs that you both climb up to get to each other. It's like you've been doing healing a lot before you meet each other to become whole and become that best version of yourself. And I feel like the bridge that leads you to each other, right as it's like where you're both to conjoin, there's like a couple of wooden plaques missing. So to stop you both from falling down the hole and not connecting properly, it's like you're both being made aware of these holes straight away, so that you guys can make sure it's sturdy to walk together and finally conjoin. That's what's going to happen. And what's going to be seeded there is you guys having to face certain insecurities dead on, face feelings of unworthiness dead on, face feelings of vulnerability dead on, so you guys can heal that. But what happens is a level of your own inner authenticity is going to show then. I feel like there's parts of yourself and parts of your person self that you guys may not have even shown other people because your own insecurities led you to not show them sides of yourself. Maybe it was you speaking your truth or speaking your voice, or your own fears that you've been scared to tell people. It's like they're all coming up for them to be out in the open, so you guys can really see each other and peel back those layers. And I think that the purpose of this connection and why you both align with each other, there's a very strong emphasis on the connection, so I feel like it's going to be a very important connection for the both of you. But I think that you both see life so deeply, and I feel like you both see other people so deeply, that you both have found it hard to find people to really see yourselves as that deep. You found it really hard. So because of that, you haven't had these fears and insecurities that have been buried deep down. You haven't had them really triggered or brought up by other people to have them purged, because no one's been down there into the pits of that yet. Whereas because you both have worked on yourselves and see things very deeply, to align with each other, you're both going to see those sides of each other. You're both going to see those depths to each other, and it might be a little bit triggering. It's like when I say about when people that shine very bright, it can cast a light on people's shade. These two lights are coming together. But for those two lights are coming together, they're both going to be lighting each other up. There isn't room then, you know what I mean, for anything to really be hidden. I feel like you're really going to know each other at a soul level. So it's going to be a little bit intense at that point, as parts of you are being touched and hit that haven't been touched and hit before, if that makes sense, on an energetic level and an emotional level. So I think that there's going to be a lot of, at the beginning as well, a lot of breakdowns of, how to explain it? It's like you may step towards each other in one way, but then as you get to know each other, it's like you both look at each other in a completely different way. Then you grow so much together because you tell each other things. There's a lot of deep chats about your lives, deep chats about what you've been through, your fears, who you are, how you look at life. It gets deep. It gets really, really deep, I feel. And I think that's why then there's no room for, you know what I mean? Any kind of like, not any kind of mystery, but I just feel like, I don't know, this just feels very intense. It's like you're aligning at a heart level that's very deep. And I don't think you've both ever met other people that have done that before. So it's going to be quite interesting how that plays out. It's quite interesting. So that's what we have there. And I think that as well, because you grow together in that way, I think that there's a level of confidence that you both pull from each other. It's like you ignite each other. I feel like you're both going to be each other's cheerleaders. You're both going to big each other up. You're both going to be very vocal with how you feel, to the point that you're even shocked with yourself. Like, oh my God, did I just say that? I've never admitted these feelings to someone before. I told somebody that I fancied them like that before. I've never done that. But you're going to ignite this level of romance in each other that hasn't been tapped into before, which is really, really beautiful. I'm literally just being shown roses just budding. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, I think you're both going to enrich each other's lives in that way. There's a lot of growing together. It's like, I'm being shown, I don't know why daffodils and roses are coming up, but I'm being shown a daffodil and a rose, and then it's like they align together, and then what happens then is, it's like yin yang. It's like the daffodils are surrounding the rose and helping the rose grow, and then the roses are coming and surrounding the daffodil and helping it grow. Very much like yin yang. So you're really going to build on each other and develop with each other. And I think that it feels like power couple. It feels like you're both each other's cheerleader in that way. You may build like a business together, or just you're building together. You're building a very sturdy relationship, and it's coming from a very pure place because it's coming from the heart. And then with magical powers, I weave and clear, I cast and know magic secrets to me now show. There may be an ego death or some sort of spiritual awakening that is triggered with the connection, because look at the phoenix coming here from the fire. You guys may, like you and then your person may have gone through, because you both may be connected to spirit to do this inner work, you probably are. And I feel like you would have already gone through some shadow periods or ego deaths or awakenings, and I feel like it's like you're both going through them then together. It doesn't have to be that you go through a literal ego death, especially if you would have been through one before this happened. But yeah, there's a lot of like pulling back what you already knew and burning it to the ground to build something anew. There's a lot that goes on here energetically. I don't want to imprint too much with that card because Spirit's saying let that happen the way it's supposed to, but I just feel like a lot of healing comes with a lot of growth in this connection. So really, really interesting. Really interesting. Let's pull some more cards. So what are we pulling next? Let's pull these next. What is the true meaning of this connection with pile number one and that person? What's the true purpose at its core? What's the point of the connection? What's the meaning of the connection? You both have grown so much on your own that it was time for the universe to teach you how to grow with somebody else and partner with somebody else in that way, to learn the true meaning of partnership in that way. That's what I'm being told. Pile number one. Oh my god. I feel like both of you may not have had the most healthiest loves either, because they would have been maybe what you would have been manifesting in love before was maybe wounds from childhood. So I feel like this connection is also a chance for you to experience a more healthy love, and how yes, you can have challenges, but that doesn't have to mean anything to do with negativity. You can build on them, grow with them in a really beautiful way. And I think that's something that, it's like, how to explain it? You built this beautiful garden and it's almost like you're learning how to savor it, share it, make better use of it. That's kind of what I'm being shown. So we have balance, and like I was saying, the yin yang, we literally have the yin yang on the card. Which is so funny because of the daffodil and the roses. Like, it's quite interesting. But yeah, we have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Yeah. I think as well, you're learning about, like, how to explain it, healthy disagreement, healthy compromise. I feel like maybe compromising in the past has always been a bit of a trigger for you, because compromising in the past wasn't balanced or healthy, whereas you're learning what healthy compromise is. You're learning to have your say, but also listen to the other person, instead of maybe not having your say and just listening to the other person and not getting your point across either. There's a healthy compromise coming through here, a healthy balance of each other's needs and boundaries. That's what it's teaching you. It's teaching you about a true fulfilling connection. That's the point of this connection. Pile number one. What is the point of this connection? What is the point? What's at the core? What's the point? The point is as basic as the point is to love. And we have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So again, a lot of your past relationships may have been built on you having to compromise your own, like sacrifice your own needs, sacrifice what you truly wanted, having to give more and not actually being able to receive. So you're both learning to be comfortable with giving, but trusting yourself that you'll fall back if it's not reciprocated. But you're also both learning to receive that love back and understand the other person and compromise those energies. It's really interesting. Really, really interesting. And the back of the deck, we literally have wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course, which is what I was saying. I feel like one of you is going to be one way where it's like, nope, not ready, even though you are. You're just comfortable where you are in that healing place of being on your own and not wanting to let anyone in the garden. And then the other person's like, I'm ready now, and I know my worth, and I know what I have to give, and I want to share it. And then it's like, no, you need to wait and move slower, you know what I mean? And not take it to offense when somebody wants to move slower. So it's like you're both learning that about each other, which is really interesting, and learning to dance and flow to your own rhythms, you know. Let's pull your final cards. What are Spirit's messages about this connection? What are Spirit's messages about this connection? What are Spirit's messages about this connection? So we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Pile number, you both would have been codependent in the past. That's why I was sharing about you guys learning how to have a mutual balance in the connection. And you're both learning boundaries and connecting to other people. Because the relationships you would have known would have been more codependent. This is teaching you both to balance that out within each other. And that when there is a power play, for that person to move back that way, that person to move back that way, and you can both balance it out. That's what you're both learning from each other. Yeah. And to trust yourself too. And I think that may be a big message for you. Trust in yourself that you'll have enough boundaries that if you felt like someone was being too much or giving too much, or it was triggering you, or it, you know, if something was moving too fast, you have the voice. You have that power to stop that. It's trusting yourself too, you know. I think you guys have a fear of being in another codependent relationship. And I think this connection is teaching you how to trust yourself. And then also, maybe for the first time, even put your boundaries in. You know what I mean? And be more in control in that sense, if that makes sense. We also have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Yes, what I'm feeling may happen at the beginning of the connection. And this is only for some of you. That this person may be very drawn to you and want to speed up the process while you are completely the other way and not wanting anything to do with it. And I think naturally there may be a bit of a tower moment or a disconnect at the beginning. But the reason that happens is because it gives space for the person on the right's triggers to come up and go, wait, where did I go wrong here? Your triggers to come up and go, wait, where have I gone wrong here? And then it's like, well, let's just be friends. And then that's where something's built. That's what I'm picking up. Or I could correlate in the sense of this person used to jump into connections really quickly. You may have used to have codependent connections where maybe you poured into people and they didn't pour back into you. Or you may have been in more of a people-pleasing energy in the past. You've healed that, they've healed that, and that's why you're at the top of the stairs when you meet. But take it as it resonates, because I feel like it could be either or. The back of the deck, we have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So I think as well, the mirrored end of it, the shadow end of it, because we have to talk about both ends. I think the shadow end of it is there may still be abandonment wounds at the base of both of your energies when you meet. And I think that's why maybe you may be a little bit frightened and reluctant to open up, because it's like, I don't want to feel that pain again. And you feel like your person's like, well, I need to, you know, kind of give that love and show that person what I'm worth so that they understand that. So then, you know what I mean? So then I don't have to feel that way again. And I think either you're both going to remember the past where there would have been an imbalance, and that's going to bring up those wounds for you to heal, or there may be a situation where this person does, you know, come through quite strongly and you're like, nope, 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 the other way. And then you slowly start to balance out to the point that you're both, you know, there unbalanced. That's what I'm being shown. But it's, Spirit keeps showing me like this beautiful garden of daffodils and roses at the end of it. There's so much that grows from it. But I feel like this is going to be a slow burner. And I think a lot of your hurdles are going to be at the beginning rather than in the middle, if that makes sense. It's really interesting. Really interesting. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys, pile number one. I really hope that you enjoyed this and it resonated. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Paltu, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be taking a look at what your next love connection is going to be like. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this deck, which I'm going to only pull one card, and it's going to show me the connecting energies of your person and you when you align with each other, which is going to be that core energy that you both radiate and to pull each other in. And then I'm going to be using this deck on the side, which I'm going to be pulling one card each from your perspective and your person's perspective of their energies towards them, their energies towards you, and then we'll continue with the oracle cards and really build upon it from there. So pile number 2, please, for guides, the Gucci Bloom pile. Gucci Bloom is my favorite perfume. That and Mistio. I don't know why I'm telling you, they're just my favorite scents. I love florally, fruity scents like that. I don't know why I'm still carrying on telling you, but there we go. Pile number 2, please, for guides. Tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s. What's the conjoining energy that draws pile number 2 and their person together? What's the conjoining energy that draws pile number... Oh, that just levitated in the air. We have the Fool. Literally, guys, it went in the air before it fell. Normally they just go. That was quite cool. It's like a feather. So we have the Fool. I want to make sure it's... There we go. So that's going to be your connecting energy. And then let's pull the cards for both of your energies towards each other, and then I'll channel these. I was just saging and I've got bits of ash over my table. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s. What's pile 2's energy going to be like towards their person when they meet them? What's pile number 2's? Yeah, Ace of Cups, spirituality and fulfillment. I feel really lovely here, you know. I feel like a really beautiful energy coming through. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. I feel giddy. You know, like, okay, so I always used to say I hated romance, and as I've gone through a lot of inner work, I actually really like romance and stuff like that now. But because there was a wound there, I sometimes feel very giddy when I feel the feelings that I'm currently feeling. And I feel like you may be, the reason I'm saying and being called to say it and speak about that is because you guys may have been one of those people that was like, I don't like romance, I don't like anything, you know, too lovey like that. This connection, guys, is going to completely shift that perspective. You're going to feel very giddy with this person, to the point that you may even be thinking right now, oh, I know some wounds are going to come up. I know I'm going to be triggered. I know I'm going to run. And I really think you're going to get to a point where those wounds, you're going to be feeling so aligned in that sense where it's like, I trust myself. I deserve love. I feel this way and I'm open. And I'm not the biggest believer in like love at first sight, but this energy of this connection, and it's not in like a karmic way. I know that feeling when it's karmic and it's intense and it's not right, because it's not coming from the heart. It's coming from wounds and all of that. This isn't coming from that. This is coming from the heart. There's a hearty resonance you're going to feel when you meet this person. So strongly feeling it. You're going to feel very romantic, to the point that before you meet, you may be listening to a lot of romantic songs, watching a lot of romantic films. This has come up in a love reading before. You might be that same pile that will be starting to feel very connected to your heart space before this person comes in. You may even be forgiving people from your past, looking at it like, you know what, I learned a lot, I'm in this new phase, I'm grateful, I forgive you, I move on. You may even be in that phase. There's a lot of rejoice. That's what I'm feeling. That's why you got the Fool. I didn't think that's why you've got the Fool, literally. Because you're going to be in a new phase, and that's going to be mirrored by your person. Let's see how your person's going to feel. What's pile number 2's person's energy? I feel like they're going to be very earthy, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Pile number 2's person. What is... Oh, God, too many cards are falling. Pile number 2's person. What is pile number 2's person's energy going to be like towards pile 2 when they meet them? What's their energy? What's their feelings? What are they going to... Oh my God, the cards are like dropping out like 10 at a time. Pile number 2. Oh, there we go. The Chariot, direction and willpower. The carpets reminded me of Aladdin and Jasmine, A Whole New World. You know when they're on the carpet? That may be a song that resonates with you, A Whole New World from Aladdin. That's beautiful. Direction, willpower. Love that. Okay. The back of the deck is the Lovers. I was going to say the Lobbers then. I honestly thought I was going to say, when I saw the B, which it isn't a B, it's a V, I thought I was saying Lobbers, and then I thought, oh, lobsters. It's not. It's the Lovers. Alignment and harmony. And look at the two people holding hands. You're going to be very connected from the heart space when you meet. And I think a lot of the muck, a lot of the pain, a lot of what may have held you back in the past, it's going to be a bit of a distant memory, to be honest. It's reminding me of a lyric from the Ariana Grande song. It's reminding me of the Ariana lyric, I'll leave the baggage at the door, I'll claim you mine. From Love Language. That's the song, Love Language. Yeah, I feel like this just feels right. That's how I feel. I just want to jump into a pool. It's like, it feels right. You know, when you're in, this is how you're going to feel, both of you, towards each other. You know, when you're at the beach and the water just looks so good and you just want to jump in the water and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm fully clothed. And yeah, okay, there's dangers in the waters, but I really want to jump into the water and have a swim. That's what I'm picking up. It's like, I know this will be healing for me. I know this is going to be good for me. Really warm energy coming through. So let's tap into you first. Pile number one, please, spirit guides. How are my pile number ones going to feel towards that person? Tell me more about this Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. There's going to be this feeling as well where you're going to be so confident in who you are, in the sense of, you know your heart, you know your strengths, and it's like, I'm open to being vulnerable here because I deserve a love, and I feel this hearty energy towards this person. And of course, my shadow self wants to protect me and is by me, and my inner child is by me. And yes, there are feelings of, don't do it, this person could be a wrong one. But you know what it is? It's like I've detached from those feelings. They no longer control me. I control them. I'm not letting these insecurities get in the way. I'm going to walk with integrity into this situation. My heart's open and it's pure. And if it doesn't work out, I feel strong enough in myself that I can walk away if I feel respect isn't being brought, and if I feel there's a trigger, because if I feel that there's a red flag, because I've had many red flags in the past. I know that. So I'm going to walk towards it. And I feel you being very headstrong. I am not letting my past dictate my future. I am being open to this and being very headstrong about that, but not in a way where you're rushing towards the connection and pouring your heart out. It's a very balanced way of you taking your time and really feeling into your own emotions and taking the time to process them and be like, this is how I'm feeling. And even when maybe there are wounds maybe of the inner child, like, oh, this person hasn't texted me, this person hasn't responded to me, instead of getting wound up, it's like, well, they're old enough and they're busy. You know, it's fine. You've got your own thing to do as well. It's fine. And I see you literally, like, I'm shocked the Strength card hasn't come up, but I get why this card had to come up for you. It's like, you're aware that there may be fears, but you're soothing them. It's like your inner child's there going, should we be doing this? And it's like you're listening to your inner child and you're soothing your inner child as you walk into this connection. And I'm like, it's okay. We're safe. It's completely fine. We're safe, and I know we're safe because I've got me. And I'm going to follow this. And it's really beautiful, and I think that's why I felt that from you guys. So let's tap into that person, spirit guides. Tap me into the Chariot energy of my pile number two's person. How are they going to feel towards the situation? So one thing I will say about your person that's coming in, they're very analytical, but in a very grounded way. It's kind of like a Virgo energy, I guess, because they're very analytical, but they're earthy. It's like they are very observant of you, your likes, your dislikes, and I think that they're definitely going to move as well at a slow pace, the same as you. I think you're both going to be pacing each other because your person, I feel like, has been hurt in the past, and it's like, let me balance it. You're both doing it. You're both balancing out your shadow and your light. Let's balance this out. Let's balance this out. Let me just take it slow. Let me just balance this out and moving slowly. And I think even when this person, because I'm being told paranoia for your person, so your person may think, oh, you know, they may have their own then little voice in the back of their head, their shadow going, you know, this person's only with you for this, or this person's just like everyone else, and they're taming it and going, I don't think so. Like, I'm feeling a different way. Let me just see. And you're both, it's like, you know, I don't know if you've ever played Old Maid, but basically it's like, I don't know why I'm being shown cards being put down. It's like, you're both observing each other's moves, and it's like, I'm being shown me and my nan when we used to play Old Maid, and you'd always observe the person's face, because if they had the Old Maid, they might smirk or something like that, because you don't want to get the Old Maid, because if you're left with it, you lose the game. So you'd watch the face, and it's not in a manipulative way. It's like, I would love to just dive deep in and give all of my love, but I know I have to pace myself. And I at times would love to run away from this because there are triggers coming up, but I have to pace myself. So it's like you're putting cards down, like, okay, and it's building slowly, and it's balancing, and it's like, it's really lovely how it's kind of like coming through. I want to get deeper. I just want to get deeper, because I think that's how it's going to go. I think you're both going to be moving to this in a very practical adult way. So what seeds are going to be planted? You're both going to be in new phases of your lives too. Yeah, you're both going to be, I feel like you both may be very focused on your career as well, especially your finances and building that up. I think that you're both going to have established your own careers or your own lives, that it's like, okay, we're not just going to chuck them together. We're going to slowly, step by step, build a bridge so that we can join them together. It's not a case of I'm losing myself in you and you're losing myself in me. We're both holding on to who we are and making them work together. It's so balanced and grounded the way you're dealing with the situation. It's really interesting. So what grows from this connection? It may start as friendship, I'm being told. Friendship, even though you both feel romantically drawn to each other. Pile number... Your person may see you as a little bit high maintenance, only because I'm looking at the Gucci bloom, and obviously Gucci's designer, and then with the chariot, I'm thinking of Aladdin and Jasmine on the carpet, and I'm thinking of your person being Aladdin, you being Jasmine, because I feel like you do definitely have more of the divine feminine traits. Doesn't have anything to do with gender, it's just you do have the more feminine traits. Your person may see you as a little bit high maintenance in regards to what you require and what you want, so it's like they're aligning with that naturally, and it's like, okay, this is what they want. So it's like they're really drawn to you. It's like they see beyond that, but they also see that high maintenance energy, and I think they might admire that in regards to the amount of high, because high maintenance isn't just like I have fancy things. High maintenance is, what am I putting in my body? Who am I bringing around me? What are my morals? What am I, how much healing am I doing? That's high maintenance too. And I think this person's going to see all of that and be like, you know what, I really respect you. I really, really respect you and align with you in a lot of ways. So there's going to be a lot of respect there. And it's going to make them want to naturally, and I see them coming into their masculine energy and naturally wanting to pour into you in that way. It's really, really interesting like that. And I think that you guys, the reason I was picking up that you guys may be more divine feminine is how you're approaching the situation. You're coming, what you're offering to them is a lot of emotional nurturing, and not where you jump into the masculine energy and do everything for them, but in a nurturing way of holding space for them and helping them tap into their own emotions like that. I think that you're both going to trigger and open up each other's like romantic side. I think that you both may have been cut off to it in the past, so you're both going to open each other up to that in a kind of like new way. It's really interesting. Yeah, so what seeds are going to be planted in this connection? What's going to grow? What seeds are going to be... Oh, God. These cards, there's like 20 of them jumping out at the same time. I don't know why. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. What seeds are going to be planted in this connection? This feels peaceful. That's how it feels. Peaceful. It feels peaceful, and it feels comfortable, and it feels safe, Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 2. I think this is someone you may end up marrying or having kids with. I think your person might be a bit of a traditionalist as well. That's what I'm picking up from them anyway. I feel like your person looks at things in a business way of, in a very earthy way of, how much should I invest? Is this something I should invest in? Is this going to be valuable to me? In a very Taurus way, how much should I pour into this? let me see how much, and that's what it is. And the more they're around you, it's like, no, you really tick every box, and they respecting the person that you are, maybe the job that you do, your heart, the way you pour into yourself, the way you look out for maybe other people around you, like friendships and family members. There's a lot of that, you know. Pile number 2. Oh my god, these cards, guys, I have no idea why they're all coming out together. Why are they doing that, Spirit Guides, or is that just a message? I think the reason they're clumping out together instead of one at a time is because I feel like you both are cut from the same cloth and from the same soul tribe. So your energies are very similar, that you naturally gravitate and conjoin towards each other, if that makes sense, without there being too much need for shifting and alchemizing. You would have worked on yourselves to really blend into each other when that happens. So we have magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast and know. Magic secrets to me now show. And then we have the 4 and 2 adding up to 6, which is the energy of Venus as well. And as well, when we look at a number, we have to look at the 2 numbers that go into it. And with your person, I feel like they're representing the 4 energy of building. You know what I mean? That building energy, whereas you're representing the 2 energy, which is the moon, the divine feminine. You know what I mean? The intuitive nudge. So you're both coming together, which is really interesting, which makes the number 6 then, which is Venus energy, which is that partnership energy. So I think that's what, you're like both parts of the other half. It's quite interesting. Pile number 2, please, Spirit Guides. What is pile number 2's? What seeds are going to be planted with pile number 2's next connection? We have best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. And one more card from this deck so I can channel, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 2's next romantic connection. Beauty. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. I love that. You're going to be the best versions of yourselves when you meet. That's one thing that I'm going to say about you guys, is that you're going to be the best version of yourselves when you meet. I think that career, your healing, your confidence in your own maybe body and looks for both of you is going to be very much put together, that you're going to have control over them, at least, when you meet. So that you have the finest bricks to build a house. That's the only way I can explain it. So that you have the finest bricks to build something of substance. Yeah, it's really, it's like you were both working on yourselves to finally align with each other, because the way it slides in so comfortably, it's like, oh, that's why I didn't work out with that person, because this was what I was working towards anyway. I had to work through that because I could then fill that void, so that I look, you know, so that I'm like this person, I energetically match with this person. And there's a quote that I saw, and it's like, we always fall in love with people that look like us from the inside. And I feel like you're both going to have the same heart, but I feel like your outer experiences and your own healing and how you approach relationships at the point that you meet, because of your past energy that you would have put to bed before you meet, it's all going to align in that way. I'm not saying there's not going to be challenges. I'm not going to say there's not going to be difficulties, but that's how it's going to kind of like work in that way. The back of the deck, we have health. Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright, bring to me your health and might. That's what we have at the back of the deck. This may be one of your first healthy connections in this new phase of your life. That's something that's coming through. So in regards to growing, magical powers, well, we talked about that with the 4 and the 2 coming together to grow. It's like you, very similar to pile 1 about growing together. I feel like you are going to grow together in that way, but I feel like you both would have phoenix. Pile number 1, they were phoenixing still when they met. Pile number 2, you've already phoenixed when you met. Now it's a case of you kind of like sticking your wings together and flying together, and then it's a force to be reckoned with, sort of thing, you know. I'm being shown, you know, when otters, they sleep, they hold hands so they don't lose track of their partner. They like sleep, like when they go in a pond, they're like holding on to each other. This feels like that. It's a really beautiful soul family partnership, it feels. Goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. What's best possible decision? 8, 9. I feel like the challenges necessarily, by the time you meet, aren't coming from within the house. By that meaning, I don't feel like in regards to challenges that you'll have, at least that's coming up in this reading for me to say to you, that Spirit want you to know, they don't feel like they're coming from the connection itself. I feel like there might be, when you get together, some outside influences. So it could be that one of you has something going on with one of your family members, but it's like you're both aligned together when it happens. Like if something's happening to this person, it's happening to me. You know, there could be an argument with family members, like your sibling or their sibling, and then it's like this isn't just their situation, it's affecting the both of us. And then it's like if you know, people are talking about us in a way that we don't like, it's not a case of it just happening to one of us and it affecting the relationship, it's affecting the both of us, but we're not allowing it to happen because we're both are forced to be reckoned with here and we're both balanced. And that's how it's coming through. It's really, really interesting in that way. With the best possible decision card, which is quite interesting. Yeah, because you may have people that see the potential of this connection, may get triggered by it, because especially if you've been alone for some time and they have, people get comfortable when people are going through things or on their own, because it's like they're not a match. And then when that person has that career, is feeling good in themselves, or has that relationship, people then might start to get triggered. I think there may be people around the connection that might get triggered by it, but it's more so the issues aren't coming from inside the house, they're coming from outside of it, which is something that you're both gonna be conjoined with and not really take to, you know, you're not gonna take it to heart really. And then beauty, I have a form which is divine, I allow what is within to shine. I just think as well, especially with the health card at the back of the deck, this connection is going to be healthy to the both of you because you're both going to be glowing, I feel. You're both going to be really pouring into each other, which helps you both grow in other aspects of your life. I think this is going to be really good for you. It feels like a match. Like, it's a match. Like, that's how it feels. So let's pull cards. What is the purpose of this connection, Spirit Guides? What is the sole purpose of this connection? Why are these two people meeting in this lifetime? What's the purpose? Why are my pal number twos meeting their person? What was the soul contract? What's the reason? Whenever I hear what's the reason, I think of Cardi B when she was arguing with that girl and she's like, what's the reason? And I always want to shout that out. We have time. You are trying too hard, give it time. Yeah, I feel like in the past, you may have both had to, similar to pile one, pour a lot of yourselves into situations or really hunt for a relationship instead of it coming to you. Or maybe your way of looking at love was different because of certain things that happened in childhood. Maybe your way of looking at connections was seeking something that you didn't get in childhood. Maybe it was emotional validation. Maybe it was love that you didn't receive, and it's like you would have had to work through that again to get to this Fool energy. And I think that there's a lot of trust in this situation with the Time card, because a lot of people, when they're still stuck in really wanting a connection, and say now they'll watch a love reading and they'll watch a bunch of them, and you'll get the questions of, well, when is it coming in, what time? But if you're questioning the time period, and we can't as readers really give a proper time period because energy is always shifting. So when people are like, well, when's it happening? It's showing an impatience, which is showing a lack. Oh, when's it coming in? When's it coming in? But you guys are learning to trust with this situation when it comes in. Okay, like it's, you know, it'll come in when I'm supposed to have it. Until then, maybe there's something else I need to focus on. So you're no longer focusing outside of yourself because you're focusing within. And that's when this connection comes in. And I think when you're in the connection, there's a lot of, you know, it's like learning to surrender and let it flow where it needs to go. And I think that's why I'm not picking up on too many restrictions from both sides, and both of you like, no, just let it be, just let it be, just let it grow, because you both would have mastered the art of detachment and allowing it to go where it needs to go. And I think that's why I'm not being shown too much friction here at all. You've let go of it. You've mastered that. That's why you're looking at it from a very adult perspective. Yeah. that's why it had to come in when it did, because you had to learn that lesson. Otherwise, you know, there would have been triggers coming up. So pile number, because I'm being told as well, you both are going to need to have a lot of patience with each other, maybe with careers. Maybe it could be long distance for a bit, where one of you is one side of the world, one of you is the other side, or maybe one of you has to work a lot of late nights. So there's a lot of patience that has to be had in the connection, and understanding that needs to be had, that maybe if you hadn't reached this point of surrendering, you may take as abandonment, or you may take as a trigger, whereas you'll both understand and be able to communicate your feelings in a more healthier way when you do meet, which is really interesting. The back of the deck, we have reflection, which again, here, give each other some space at the moment and trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. There's such a balance here, that you're both really learning to have, and patience with each other, and looking at it from a very, very adult way. Yeah, it's like you both see from a higher perspective, and I think that's why the reflection card is there as well. You both see from that higher perspective, you know. And then the back of the deck, we have this card, which is appearance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So once again, it's like that detachment, that inner peace, that all is happening the way it should be. I think that this relationship comes in as a result of that, you know. That's not what I keep saying. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. What is spirit's perspective of this connection? What is spirit's perception of this connection? We have past life relationship. This doesn't shock me, because you're resonating on a heart level the minute you meet. So you obviously recognize each other. You have known each other before. That's why it blends so perfectly, because you're already accustomed to each other's energy in that way. It's just your human selves having to align up with what your soul already knows. So that makes sense why you comfortably walk into this. Pile number 4. Pile number 2, not pile number 4. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. I was looking at the 4, that's why. And we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. I love that. I feel like maybe you both had overgiven in the past. And I think that you're both, like I said, it's like one person's putting a card down, then the other is, then the other is, then the other is. And I think there's going to be a lot of displays of affection, a lot of physical gifts given, a lot of romantic gestures given from both ends. I think that it's going to be really beautiful like that. It's reminding me of, I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was the husband and the wife, and it was somebody's parents, and they'd ordered a milkshake, and one of them was a really bad milkshake. It wasn't nice, and the other one was really nice. And the girl's father, the husband, was drinking the bad milkshake so that the wife could have the nice one. And that was just like a beautiful compromise. I thought that was really sweet. And I see it's that sort of relationship. It's a sweet sort of relationship. It's a type of relationship where, you know, when you see like older people on TikTok and you see how loving they are, and it's like, oh, and it just melts your heart. That's how it feels, literally. It feels like mom and dad sort of relationship. You know, it's really healthy and beautiful. Yeah, I love that. Like this card, like I'm getting that giddy feeling again. Like, look, I just feel like, oh, my heart, my actual heart. And I think that may be where people might get a little bit triggered and say things, because it's like they're going to be really, you know, very sweet, and you the same, and people are going to be like, what? And it just feels nice. Look at the little, what are they? Cherries. Look at that. That's so sweet. And with a dog there as well, I feel like you both are going to be very, very loyal to each other in that way. I think that another thing that I think you both respect each other with is your loyalty. I feel like you guys are loyal to family, friends, each other. And I think that they match that. You both match each other. Like that quote keeps coming up, we fall in love with people that look like us on the inside. And the back of the deck, of course, we have let go of control issues. allow the situation to unfold naturally, which is what you're both so determined with when you meet each other. Like, there's this hearty resonance so deep that you're both like, yes, there's, you know, anything could go south. I could walk outside and something bad could happen, but it doesn't stop me from walking outside. So why should it stop me from being vulnerable? You're both headstrong walking into it. Like, I am not trying to gain control over it. I'm just going to let it be. I'm going to let my heart lead me. I already have my logical brain. I already look deep into things. If I see something bad, I'll step back. But that doesn't mean I should not give it a chance. Like, your heart's really taking you there, and there's such a surrender there, you know? So beautiful how that keeps coming up. Like, you're trying too hard, give it time, allow the situation to unfold naturally, give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out. It's like the way that's all coming in, it's really beautiful, really, really beautiful. So pile number 2, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. 3, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be taking a look at what your next romantic connection is going to be like. So you guys chose the ballerina shoe. This is probably my favorite ornament that I have in my room, even though it's broken. I had it when I was 2, and then when I had Softie when she was a kitten, she knocked it over and it had a beautiful bow, but then the bow broke, and everyone's like, well, why didn't you get rid of it? But how could you get rid of that? And it reminds me of Softie so much as a kitten that you can't get rid of that. So it's my favorite piece. I just thought I'd share that with you, that you chose that, because I just love it very much. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at your next romantic connection, what it's going to be like, and the energies. So I'm going to start with this particular deck, which I'm only going to pull one card, and it's going to show me the frequency and energy that you and your person are both going to be in when you meet, that draws you into each other. And then either side, I'm going to pull a card from this deck, each side, to show what both of your energies towards each other are going to be like when you meet, and then we'll continue with the oracle cards and build upon what we can see from there. So pile number 3, please, spirit guides, the ballerina pile. Pile number 3, what is my pile number 3 and that person's energy going to be like when they meet? What energy is going to draw pile number 3 together? What frequency are they both emitting that draws them into each other? What frequency? We have the Knight of Swords. I think you guys, I'm hearing you're going to get on like a house on fire when you first meet. Just in the sense that I think that your minds are going to be quite alike. I think that you're going to have a lot to say to each other. I think that you may have a lot of the same interests. You could have the same career or work together, so that's why you have a lot in common. There's a lot in common in the sense of like music taste, foods. It feels like there's a lot going on, like a lightning bolt. It's like it's on fire. It's like we have a lot in common. And it's funny because when I'm picking that up, it doesn't even feel first off in a love way. It feels like it reminds me of my best friend Sam. We're not like romantic like that, but when we first met each other, I think he mentioned a rapper, and I was like, I listen to him. And then we both realized we listened to all of the same music, and I was like, oh my God, like it was like Step Brothers, you know, and they're like, did we just become best friends? And I think that's going to be you and your person. So it may start off as a friendship because there's this feeling of, oh my God, did we just become best friends? There's a lot of humor here. I think you both have the same humor. A lot of playfulness. That's what's coming through as well. You both may have a lot of fire and air in your chart. You work really well together. That's what I'm going to say. It's like 2 ingredients that go well together. That's coming through. So 6 of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So let's pull both of your energies towards each other. So what is my pile number 3's what is my pile number 3's energies towards their person when they meet them? What is pile number 3's? There's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of calling, a lot of texting, a lot of... You may just be around each other a lot. So there's a lot of communication. Pile number 3. What's the song? Getting to Know You. Na, 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 na. I don't know where it's from. I'm sure it's Mary Poppins. The lyrics are Getting to Know You. That's it. It's like a kind of old movie. I know that much. It was from a movie. Pile number 3. pile number 3, please? What is pile number 3's energy towards their person when they meet them? You're going to find them very funny. We have the Ace of Cups, which again is very similar to pile 2. We had this card come through on this side too. Ace of Cups, spirituality and fulfillment. Let's have a look at your person. What's my pile number 2's person's energy towards them? You're going to find this person really funny. Pile number 2's person's feelings towards pile number 3, not pile number 2. Pile number 3's person's energies and feelings towards that person. Oh God, I'm going to use these two. I wasn't going to, but if they've come out, they've come out. We have the Dawn of Rings, reflection and diligence. And it got paired with the Fool, optimism and freedom. So with the Dawn of Rings, reflection, and we've got the Moon there. And we've got 2 balls in his hands with optimism. Your person may be walking away from a connection when they meet you, so that's why it starts as a friendship, because this person has a shield over their head, so they may not look at you romantically when you meet, and the same for you, because this person may be coming out of a connection and ending a connection when you meet. The fact that they've literally got, there's a shield over their head and they've got two balls in their hands, and then we have the Dawn of Rings, reflection, and the Moon here, which is that nostalgic energy. I feel like this person may be parting from a connection, which is why both cards came out. That's why it's starting as a friendship. But I think that you're both going to have a lot in common, talk a lot, spend time with each other, which it could be in a friend group, it could be in work, while this person's getting out of a situation or choosing to step away from a situation. And I feel like your energy towards your person at the time, it's, this person's funny, this person gets me, oh my God, this person's like my best friend. But then I think what's going to happen is, as that person's letting go, the more this person lets go, the more you both may develop feelings there that wouldn't have even been expected from the both of you, as this person's letting go of that situation. And then by the time that's fully released, you both may enter a situation then. That's what's kind of coming through there. We have the Magician at the back of the deck, synchronicity and manifestation. And we have the 2 hands coming together here as well. Let's get deeper. So let me tap back into you a second. So Spirit Guides, Ace of Cups, spirituality, fulfillment. Show me pile number 1's energy and feelings towards this person, and how does it progress emotionally into a connection? It genuinely is you guys seeing each other's heart in a very innocent way at first. Both connecting with each other from the sense of your inner child. Both having a lot in common, both really seeing each other, both really being there for each other. You may confide in this person a lot. That's something. And I think that you may even have scenarios or think in your head of something happening, but then it's like, well, this person's getting out of a breakup, but this person's only just broken up with someone. They've already told me these feelings and emotions. However, it's like, I know how I'm feeling, but I'm just going to keep this here a second and just continue to be a friend. And then this person's going to be like, I'm letting go of this situation and I'm purging this out, so that's why I'm not stepping towards this person. However, they're feeling a mirrored feeling with you, and the reason I know that is I'm looking at the clock and it's 1:11. It's 11 minutes past 1. So there's a lot of synchronicities and intuitive nudges that are drawing you both together. And I think that that's why you both stay as friends, and it's like, what if sort of thing until it actually happens. But I think there's going to be some time before it turns into a relationship, because I think you're wanting this person to move from this situation, and this person's finally choosing, this person has to finally choose to let go for the Dawn of Rings to become the Fool, where they're like, I'm choosing to move forward, I want something new, and it is able to let go. And then it's like, oh, this person, this is how I feel with this person, I really want to explore this with this person. And that's how it happens. And I think even then, I think the basis of it is for you guys to move slowly, but I think that you guys mentally are super connected to each other anyway, in a friendship way, that even though you're moving slowly, you already would have been moving slowly from the start, because that friendship that would be built in a slow build of a relationship has already been built. That trust that would have been built in the slow build of a relationship has already been built in a friendship way. So it's just a case of looking at the garden that we've already built together and starting to decide what flowers come in and if we should develop it further. That's what's going to happen here. But a connection's already going to be established, and you could already have this person in your life now, as you know, it could even be at a point where they're still in a relationship right now and you don't even look at them in that way, you're not even interested in them in that way, or you know someone's coming out of a relationship, or this could be a future thing. I feel like you might work together, or someone's introducing you for you to fall on to each other like that, because there's a strong friendship here that's already built. Okay, let's pull what grows from this connection. And I want to say this doesn't feel like there's an overlapping, because if there was an overlapping, it would be more shown. The fact that this person's got a shield over their head at first shows that they're not looking at you in a romantic way when they're still with that person. It's when that person's gone and they've spent time by themselves, become friendly with you, that they're like, oh wait, and that shield comes off and then they look at you. I don't feel that there's an overlap, personally. It's not showing up at all, because we have the Fool, which is a new beginning. Pile number... Yeah, I feel like you're... Yeah, it's friendshipy to the point that, like, you're not even looking at each other in that way. You know you get on with each other, but it's like, well, that would never even happen, because this person's my friend and they've been in a relationship anyway. Like, this is my friend. Like, that would never happen. But then it's like, all of a sudden you both just align with each other, and it's like, oh, I feel like there might be a conversation that's had where you're both like, oh, this made me feel some type of way, and then your person's like, that made me feel some type of way, and then it's just a case of it growing then when, you know, you both kind of feel ready. I'm hearing the song When You're Ready, Come and Get It by Selena Gomez. Pile number 3. What seeds are planted in this romance? What seeds are planted in this connection? What grows from this connection? What grows? What grows from this connection, please, spirit guides? We have destiny. All that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be shown. Yeah, I feel like you were always meant to be together, but there was a shield over you, so you didn't see each other in that way till it was time. Authenticity. I feel like you can be yourself around this person. Maybe in other connections, and maybe for your person, there are other connections, you may both have felt like, because it's kind of mirrored, you may both have felt like you had to pertain to that other person's likes and dislikes. Like, I have to act this way because the person that I'm with is like that. Or you may have been told to act a certain way, or you always felt like you needed to hide parts of yourself to please others. Whereas when you meet this person, it's like they see you for you, you see them for them. So that's what's shining through, and I think that's why it becomes such a best friend sort of feeling. There's so many likes and dislikes. It's like, we like the same type of clothes, we like the same, you know, styles in a way, we like the same foods, we like the same games. I don't know if you guys play Animal Crossing, I don't know why I mentioned Pokemon, I don't know, you might like Pokemon hunting, I don't know. But, you know, it could be that. We have inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Yeah, and I think that you both fire each other up. There's a lot of fire and air coming through. I think that you fire each other up. I think that you ignite each other's passions and really cheerlead each other on. That's one thing that I'm going to say. You really do cheerlead each other, and there's a lot of passion here in the sense that you're very protective over each other in that way and stick up for each other in a sense of loyalty here. And that's something that's going to come through. I think that you both help each other express yourselves and be yourselves. Because you both validate each other in that way. And vice versa. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Yeah. I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Yeah. I think you may listen to the same music too. We have divine guidance at the back of the deck. Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind. I think spirit's going to be planting these breadcrumbs too. You could have a song that you both like, and then it's like you may be pondering, oh, I don't think that we're supposed to be together, and then the song plays and it's like, oh, maybe we are supposed to. There's a lot of that, like, divine guidance to lead you both towards each other. Yeah. And it's not even needed, the divine guidance, because you're so, it's like, it feels like you would have known each other in a past life, because it's like, oh, this person's like another version of me, basically. It's me in another body. It reminds me of my friend Nye. Love her to death, but she is basically me in another body. But we like to say, because I'm a Leo and she's a Cancer, it's like, well, the sun and the moon. It's like that. That's why I'm being told to talk about it, because it's like, and I feel like this is a type of connection as well, where, say, you didn't see, even as friends now, you might not have seen each other for a year, but then you link up and it's like your best friends again after not seeing each other for a year. It's that sort of friendship before the relationship. It's really, really interesting. Okay, let's go deeper. Let's pull these cards and go deeper. So pile number 3, please, spirit guides. What's the purpose of this connection? What's the purpose? What are they learning from this connection? What are my pile number 3s learning? Is a chance to explore with your inner child and be yourselves and have fun. I think there's a lot of joy coming through here. I think that you're really going to light each other up. It's going to be fun. I think you're going to learn to have fun and be silly, connect to your inner child, and explore that side of yourself. Let that side of you play in a connection. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. What is my pile number 3's? You might do a lot of outdoorsy things together, or go see things together. Or you may like a lot of movies that connect you both to your inner child. So like Star Wars is something that's coming up. Or I'm being taken to like Hannah Montana and like Disney Channel sort of stuff. So yeah, you may watch a lot of that together. Old reruns and things like that. It's quite cute, actually. And I love how I was saying you guys may have a lot of fire, and we have the sun here and all of this fiery energy. Yeah, new beginning. Love that. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So there's going to be a new beginning in the connection naturally. I think that you would have been friends for some time, and then it's going to come to a point where you both turn a leaf energetically, which really aligns you together, where there's a new beginning in the connection. It's like, and it's not a case of let's tear down the friendship and start a relationship. It's a case of we already have this friendship. Let's start building a relationship here. Let's add to the garden here, you know. Pile number 3. Oh, why is there always 2 cards coming out from this side? We have freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. I'm hearing Ross and Rachel. Or even, I mean, they were all friends. So like Chandler and Monica from Friends too. They were friends, and then it developed. But even though they were friends for a long time, they had trust, they had a friendship, they both witnessed each other in other connections. But then at one point it just so happened that the veil came off and they decided to get together. So yeah, I think it's more, because I said Ross and Rachel, and then it was like no, and then I just saw Monica and Chandler when they were in the bed and they were hiding from Matt LeBlanc, Joey. They were hiding from him. So I feel like, yeah, it's kind of like a Chandler and Monica sort of situation, where it's like you've both witnessed each other's pains, each other's toxic traits, a lot of the healing, the growth, the breakups. You've seen that in each other. But yeah, there's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. I don't see much stop in this connection, to be honest with you. I think that you're both, it's just natural. I think it comes naturally. And then we have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. I think the 2 cards coming out as well is a representation of friendship and relationship, if I was to look at it in that way. We have the best of both worlds here, because we started with the friendship first. That's what's coming through. So yeah, that's what we have there. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that supports and challenges. Another thing I will say is that maybe in relationship in the past, you both might have not felt comfortable enough to speak up for what you wanted, whereas because you're such good friends, you naturally do speak about what you want. So your communications, your boundaries are communicated a lot easier and better, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then the card at the back of the deck is soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit, believe this, and they will manifest physically. Literally, for some of you guys, I feel like your soulmate's already around you, but just as a friend. And if you don't have any friendships around you, it could be a co-worker or someone you know, or friendships you gain in the next year or two. That's where it blends from, because this could happen in 5 years. You don't know about timing. So I would say if you don't have anyone around you right now that you think it could be the next set of friendships that come in. It could be as part of that, but I think that you wouldn't be able to tell straight away. Pile number 3's next relationship. And you know what? I'm now realizing you chose the ballerina, and I literally told you the story of that ornament and why I love it so much. That's been with me since I was 2 years old. It's like a part of me now. I can't let go of it. You know what I mean? Even Softy, like knocking it off. I love that it's broken because it reminds me of Softy. It's like it's imprinted on me, and I feel like you're both going to be imprinted on each other before it grows, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. That's just what I kind of picked from that. From you guys choosing the ballerina. Shoe. Oh God. Your cards just fell. That's why I'm fluttering down here. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, Spirit Guides. What is pile number 3's next? What's Spirit's messages about pile number 3's next connection? What messages does Spirit have about the next connection? We have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Let's hope that's balanced. Is that balanced? Yeah. Let me pull one more and then I'll channel them for you guys. What is Spirit's message about this connection? We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah, I think that your focus, both of you, is going to be elsewhere on other connections, and maybe you guys may have it is funny because you guys may have wanted a connection for some time that you may try to control the outcome, whether that's you, them, or both of you, that you may have tried to control the outcome in the sense of, I want a relationship like this is what I want it to be like, this is how I think it's supposed to go, and maybe really focused on when's the next relationship coming in, what's going to happen, how is it going to come in, I want it to be like this. And I think that letting go of control issues has come through from Spirit, because I think that you're not even going to suspect this person because they may look different to the person that you would have wanted, but it's because your soul's more connected to it, not your ego, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's why it happens so naturally, because there may be control for both of you in the side of maybe connections around you, like this needs to go like this person needs to be like this, and it's like, instead of, you're learning then to wait for something that aligns with you, and while you're waiting for something to align with you, maybe looking elsewhere this way, that person's looking elsewhere and waiting for something to align with them too, and then it's like you both just kind of like bump into each other at one point, even though knowing you were both still there next to each other, and then it's like, oh my god, everything that I was looking for and everything that I kind of like needed is kind of in you. Or maybe I thought I needed that, but I really needed this, and you have that. And I think that's how the connection's going to go. And I think you are both going to be attracted to each other, but I also feel that both of you aren't the type of people that go towards people for looks. I think that both of you are the type of people to go towards people with how they make you feel and, you know, kind of how you feel inside. I don't think you'd go towards anyone in regards to looks. So even though you both find each other physically pleasing to the eye, it's like that doesn't naturally create a romance straight away, because it's like, well, people need more than that first, and then it kind of builds from there. On the back of the deck, we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. That's what we have here. I think you would have been on, especially with you having the Ace of Cups, you guys may have been on a bit of a journey before you meet, and I think that might align you too. I feel like your own journey may knock the shield off this person's head, like, oh, you know what I mean? Or it could be the other way around, or it could be both. It's really interesting. So yeah, pile number 3, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that this reading resonated with you guys. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if it did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what your next relationship is going to be like. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with this deck, and I'm going to be taking a look at the basic energy that you're both going to be emitting that draws each other into the other. Then I'm going to be pulling from this deck, which is basically going to be your energy towards your person's energy towards you, and then we'll move on to the oracle cards where we will build upon what we've just got. So let me just grab... Right, I don't know why, because I haven't eaten it in a really long time, but I'm tasting McDonald's on my tongue. I don't know if someone's eaten McDonald's. It's like I haven't eaten meat in 3.5 years, but I just got the taste of what felt like chicken nuggets. It doesn't have to be, it could just be that you're eating normal chicken nuggets. It doesn't have to be McDonald's, but I just felt like I tasted like a more greasy food, you know, like a hash brown, something like that. I just tasted. Some of you guys may be eating that right now, or you may be eating fish or something like that, something in batter, breadcrumbs or something. It feels like mozzarella sticks maybe, because I just got shown that too. If that doesn't resonate, that's fine. It could just be that I've just picked up on some things other people are eating while watching the video. Pile number 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4, what is the energy that pile number 4 and that person are going to be radiating when they draw themselves into the other? What is pile number 4's frequency going to be at when they meet that person? What's the conjoining energy that draws them towards each other? 3 of Swords. Okay. 3 of Swords. And the back of the deck's the 3 of Cups, interestingly. Oh my god, and it's all, I need to get the clock, it's 1:33. That's 2 lots of 3, and then it's 1:33. Don't change. I want to show you quickly before it changes. It's 33 on the clock. So we've just got the 3 of Swords, that's the conjoining energy. The back of the deck is the 3 of Cups, and then it's 1:33 on the clock. That's very interesting. I had to show you that because that was just crazy. What was that? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. What's all that about then? Interesting. Let me get the other cards so I can get a better picture, and then I'll channel for you guys. Pile number 4's energy towards my pile. Pile number 4's energy towards their person when they meet them. Pile number 4's energy towards their person when they meet them. Pile number 4's energy towards their person when they meet them. 2 of Swords. Indecision and avoidance. Okay. What is my pile number 4's person's energy towards my pile number 4 when they meet? When they meet them. 6 of Rings. Generosity and assistance. You both may be coming out of a third-party situation or still healing from a third-party situation. That's what I'm picking up here. For it to be the 3 of Swords, which is releasing heartbreak, those burdens of the heart, and then the back of the deck being the 3 of Cups, which is indicating to me 3 people being involved, you both may have gone through a very same situation that either you're both healing from or you both would be getting out of a situation like that. Take it how it resonates. It could be either or. But when you do meet your person, you're still going to be clearing this out. And there's going to be a sense of avoiding any sense of connection while this person's there, because it's like, I'm dealing with this. It could even be that you would have been single for some time, but a wound is opened from time periods ago where there's things that you need to heal, and it comes up into your awareness to heal. Your person the same, or your person could be getting out of a connection where there was a third party situation. But the fact that it was 33 on the clock, 33 at the back of the deck, and the Three of Swords, it has to be more than just one of you to have that for it to come through. It's really interesting. The back of the deck is the Six of Cups here. Serenity and healing. And that's from your person. So I think that you're both going to be healing. And I think that you're really going to be, maybe in your subconscious woundings, really pulling up the weeds. I'm sick of this. Why has this happened? I'm pulling up the weeds. Or I'm sick of this burden in my connections moving forward. I want to purge this out. You both may be in a period of a dark night of the soul or purging where the same wounds come up like that. There's purging coming through because we have the grey smog and we have it here. I do feel that when your person meets you, I think that they might have made their way out of the fog enough to be offering you something, because that's why we have the Six of Rings, which is the Six of Pentacles, being handed out generosity. So I think this person is going to be above the clouds, where it's like, you're down there with your fork, like, I don't want to feel this way, I want to release this. I'm hearing Lose You to Love Me by Selena Gomez, and again, it didn't have to be recent, it could have been something from the past. The fact that there's so much smog makes me feel like you have purposefully gone deep within to let go of old patterns. And I think that you meet maybe before you're ready, but I think it was designed that way personally. And I'll get into why in a second. But I think that this person may, how do I explain it? The last part of the healing, I think this person may have answers for. I think this person may be able to give you an, how do I explain it? This new person coming in may be able to help you see the light out of that fog, in a sense. Not that you need them to see out of it, but I think that, how do I explain that? I'm finding it hard to really explain. They're saying I'll get answers from the next part. I'm going to put the next cards down as to what grows, because that's what I was going to do with the next lot of cards. What seeds in this connection? So I need to know what this person, as insight that this person has that is going to help you. I need to know what it is. Pile number 4. What is seeded through this connection? What is seeded through the connection? What grows from this connection? What is planted? What grows from this connection? What is planted? We have beauty. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. I've got something coming through, but I'll say it once the cards are down. Pile number 4. Yeah, look at that crescent moon. You're clearing up karma. Organization, purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. Yeah, you've purposely gone down to untie yourself so that you can open up to a love that's a lot healthier, because you know you deserve that. I think you would have been single for some time and you've gone backwards, but not in the sense of I'm going backwards. It's a case of there's something still down there I need to let go of, and it's to do with maybe a third party, or it could even be like a parent that chose another person over you. You know, that sort of thing. It's tied to self-worthiness and abandonment wounds. And I think you're going to be in the fits of clearing that out when this person comes in. Pile number, oh god. Pile number 4. What grows from this connection? What is seeded? What is seeded from this connection? Harmony. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. There's a lot of healing energy coming through here. Health. Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright, bring to me your health and might. Lots of blue energy, and even though that correlates to the throat chakra, I think that you guys release through the throat chakra and speaking. But the blue is more so coming through as the color of the ocean in the sense of healing. Okay, pile number 4, please, spirit guides. What grows? Tell me about this. 6 of Rings, generosity and assistance. Okay. while I feel like the initial wounding, you would have gone down and healed, because if you really do look, they are above the fog, but the fog is still very prominent in the picture, right? And I think the reason that there's still a little bit of fog there is you may have got to a point with these Two of Swords, you may have got to a point where it's like, I've been hurt a lot and I've done a lot of healing, but I need, and it's like you're tapping into, which is normal, you know, maybe the darker feminine and the darker masculine. You're tapping into your darker lens and you're learning how to balance your shadow out and, you know, that side of yourself, your darkness with your light. You're learning to do that. And a lot of the times when we're starting to do that, it swings like a pendulum. So we can sometimes feel like we're falling backwards into overgiving, but then we go back and we don't want anything to do with anyone, and it swings until it balances. So you're going to still be swinging back and forth in regards to, I'm open to newness, I want this connection to, everyone needs to stay away from me, I don't care about, I'm in my villain era, I don't care for people coming in. And the reason you're swinging, it's not because you're going back and forth, it's not because you're in balance, it's because you're still going around the healing, you're still going around in that swirl healing. But I think when your person comes in, the reason that I feel that there's still going to be fog there and there's going to be a resonance of healing with this Three of Swords is, with the Two of Swords up like this, it's like you're in self-protection mode when this person comes in of, I need to be in control of situations of all times, I need to be more blunt. It's like you're looking at the darkness, you're looking at the darker side of people in the way of protecting yourself. And I think that there may be an energy of resentment that you're not holding on to, you're purging, it's coming out, but you're sitting in it when you meet this person. This person comes in, they would have gone through the same thing. And I feel like when this person comes in, they're going to be moving towards you very slow, very gentle, and they're going to be very open. And I think that as they do that, I think that naturally you're going to have your hands, I'm being shown hands like this, right? They're crossed. Your hands are crossed. It's like, I'm not letting you in. I'm not letting you in. And there's this feeling of this person like, okay, that's fine. I'll just be right here though. And then you're like looking at it in a warrior state because you've just been in this murky waters. Of course you're going to be in that murky water. So it's like that murky water state of having to be on the defense. So it's like, okay, well, you're being calm, but I'm going to stay here in defense for a second. And this person's like, okay. And you're like, okay, like holding a sword. And then as time goes on, I feel like this person, you're going to see that maybe this person's here to stay. And this person's really going to open their heart up in that way. And I think this person's going to be quite open. But the reason that they're going to be so patient with you, they've just come out of it themselves. They get it. They understand. So they're going to be very patient with you. And as time goes on, that fog starts to clear and you start to open up. And I think you'll go through a period of release and purging while this person's still around, but not too prominent in your life. This person may even think, okay, let's just stay as friends a minute then, because, you know, you may friend zone them. It's a feeling of let's stay as friends. They're not ready yet. This person's going to get that, whether you say it or they're energetically going to see it. But there's this feeling of just sitting on a bench, like, it's okay, I'm just going to sit here then. I'm just going to sit here. It's reminding me of Jasper, my cat. He's semi-feral now. He's not feral anymore. He's semi-feral. He let me hold him for the first time the other day. And for me to be able to hold Jasper, I've had to show him a lot of times, it's okay, I'm not going to hurt you. I've had to let him come to me. I've had to show him and not make too many sudden movements and be very gentle with him until he felt like, okay, well, she's not going to hurt me. She actually loves me. I'm going to let her hold me. Even if it is for 10 seconds, I'll give it a go. And he did that. And I feel like that's how this person may be looking at it. And the reason that there's so much empathy and understanding, they've just come out of it. So it's like, I get it. I absolutely get this. And I feel like you're going to still be releasing, still be, you know, letting these energies come out. And I think this person's still going to be there. And I think that your heart then, these crosses are going to come open and your heart's going to start to get softer. You may start forgiving certain people in your life, similar to pile number one. There may be a level of forgiveness where you start to forgive people. You may start to look at things from a high perspective because you're now above the fog. And then you're going to look to your right and that person's still going to be there. And you're going to go, right, okay. Okay, maybe, I mean, they're still there. They've shown me their loyalty. They've shown me that they're understanding. Maybe I can lean into them a little bit. And they prove in physical ways, you can lean into me. And then you lean into them again. And that's how it starts to grow in that way. but there was a level that they come in. I think they needed to come in before you'd fully come out of the fog, so that you could see how patient they were, and that level of trust could be built. And I think that your person, them coming in that way, it helps them understand you and your boundaries and your needs, because you may even confide in them. They start to see that side of you, so it's like you build from there, and they respect it because they've been through it. This is the same energy. It's like you're both on a journey of mending your hearts in that way, and you know it's not through other people, and that's what they respect as well, is that you want to be on your own while you're doing it, so they know you're not stepping towards them. Because I feel like your person, very similar to you, has had people that have been drawn to them because of their healing. So they could have been going through a lot and jumped to your person so that person could heal them and then effed off. Same with you. And that's what may have caused this for both of you. So when this person sees that you want to be on your own to heal and you're focused on that before you start to entertain anything, that person has immense respect for you then. And I think that's why they're so drawn to you then, because it's like, no, they're for real. And I respect that, because I would have done the same in that situation. I wouldn't have wanted to open up too much. I love how we were talking about Jasper and his fur is on the card. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm here. I've been through this. I know what it's like. Yeah, that's really interesting. So beauty, because this is what's seeded first. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within me to shine. It's like one thing that connects you both is your heart, and one thing that I think is both of your biggest factors of the beauty of both of you is your heart. So it's like you're both connected in that way, and you're both seeing your hearts kind of like shining through, but you're making sure that the fog is not taking form so you can fully see each other, and you're focusing on that. And I think that's where this beauty then comes through, where you're both able to really see each other, because you both know you've been through the same things. That's what I'm being shown. Who said that? Both got a past full of sorrow. Let's cancel everything tomorrow. I always get lost in the moment with you. Moments by Janae Aiko and Big Sean. That's the song I'm getting for you guys. What's organization, purpose, plan, and efficiency now come to me easily? Your heart starts to soften and open up then. And while it does that, you explore it with this person and vice versa. And that's what seeds that. You learn to grow then within your hearts. Your hearts connect and you kind of like grow together. Like I was saying, similar to pile number one, you grow in love. Remember, you may have been drawn to pile number one. But yeah, you're growing together. Instead of, like I was saying to the quote in pile number one, it's like, I'm not falling in love, I'm growing in love. It's like you're letting go and creating new paradigms for yourself and kind of building on that together. It's really, really beautiful. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. As I create, I will share. You're both showing each other what love is then, and exploring that with your own heart. And I think, yes, it's going to take its time, but I think that the both of you are like, well, I'm not going anywhere. And, you know, it's like, I'm in no rush, so let's just let it take its time and see what happens. And I think it's very gentle before it starts to solidify together. You know, and you give each other that time. You know, when you put cement down and it's what's it called? It's moist, and then it hardens. It's like you're both giving yourselves enough time to like dry, resonate, take things in, communicating really well because of all the blue here. I think that you're both going to talk each other through how you may be feeling, what you like, what you don't like. And I think you're also going to be learning about what you like and don't like in love with each other. I like this. I actually don't like when you do this. I actually love when you say this to me. And you're both going to be communicating with that a lot, so you can kind of learn each other's love language in that way. It's really beautiful. And that's how you grow. So you're both showing and teaching each other how your hearts naturally operate without the purging. Because obviously when we go through a lot of wounds, specifically in our childhood, our heart, our way of looking at life, it's all made up by our woundings from childhood and what we were taught in childhood. But when we let go of that, we then need a new basis of what to fill that void in with. It's like we've just released that, now there's holes. What are we going to fill those holes with? I know that sounds really weird, but you know what I mean. So then it's like, okay, well, let's just like test with each other and see what happens. And it's like you grow with each other, because it's like you're filling, you know, the cracks in the foundation. It's really, really beautiful. So what is the purpose? These are the next cards. What is the purpose of this connection? What is the purpose? Why do pile number... I'm not going to use that because that was me. I struggled to shuffle these because they're heart-shaped. What is the purpose, spirit guides, of this connection? Why did they choose to meet? What's the purpose of pile number 4's connection? Why did they choose to meet? What is the purpose of pile number 4's connection? So many cards are falling. It's my fault because I really cannot shuffle these cards at all. Pile number 4. What's the purpose? Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. I'm just going to pull one more card and then we'll channel them for you guys. Pile number 4. Oh, God. See, I cannot shuffle. I'm so sorry, guys. I really can't shuffle these cards. Was it only one that fell? Yeah. Oh, no, it's 2. Pile number 4. Sorry, this part of the video is messy, guys. I just really can't shuffle these very well. Pile 4. What is the purpose of this connection? On a soul level. Why do they meet? What do we have here? Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. That's the next card. On the back of the deck, we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And I was saying, you guys are going to be learning to forgive. It's like your heart's going softer. It's like, this past doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It doesn't define me either. I'm moving forward. I'm opening up to new love. I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm opening up to that. And I see you guys doing that. Like, I create my reality and now I'm teaching myself what love is, but I have to throw myself into it and really learn through experience. So I'm going to teach myself what love is here. I'm going to do that. And it's like you start to create that safe space with each other. It's really, really beautiful. So manifest the miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. The purpose of the connection. You guys, okay, you and your person are super connected to spirit and super psychic. That's one thing that I'm going to say, both of you. I think that you're born healers. And I think that you guys have always had an intuitive awareness that even when you've stepped into connections that have been a little bit karmic, even though you may have energetically felt, I don't know how this is going to go, you on a soul level knew that you needed a certain wound to come up from that person for you to heal and work through, for you to then align with this person that you end up aligning with. So when this person comes in, it's like, I can already energetically feel something's going to happen here, but I'm also super being called to be on my own right now and focus and go into my subconscious because there's something I need to pull. There's something I need to alchemize. There's something I need to change. And you're constantly listening to your intuition and doing that. Even when it's like, I think I'm going to be single for a couple of years, but I'm doing it because I'm intuitively called to go down to my subconscious and let go of these rewirings, so that in a couple of years' time, I'm manifesting from a place of my own heart and not my own subconscious wounds. So it's all intuitively guided, the pair of you. And I think that with don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, just that line alone, you may then be feeling when you meet this person, oh, well, maybe I should be pushing myself. Maybe I'm pushing this person away and I'm missing an opportunity. But listen to your intuition of you going down to that bottom to alchemize that energy, because you're being called to do that on purpose. And anything that's meant for you is always going to be for you anyway. And you're being called to do that and purge that out so that you can clear it, get to that softness of your own heart, to then be able to share it with somebody else. And I think that's something, and I think you're both learning that as well. Your person also would have been on that, journey of going inward. That's why they're so patient with you. It's like, I get it. I completely get that. And I would want someone that's been through what I've been through to understand where I'm coming from. I would need someone to see with a set of eyes that I have. So now that I can see physically that this person's doing that, I'm going to wait. I'm really going to wait. And I think that's what's going to happen here. So let's pull your final cards, which is Spirit's message about this connection. So Spirit guides, what's your message? Oh God, hang on. Too many cards like flipped over. Spirit guides, what's your message about, oh God, okay. We have let go of control issues. Funny, this has come up for every reading bar one. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. One more card, please, Spirit guides. What is Spirit's message for this connection? I think that's Spirit's overall message for all of the piles. Don't focus when, how, who. Listen to your heart, listen to intuition, focus on where you're at now. Don't try and control how it happens. Pile number. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Back of the deck, codependency, which is what I was talking about. We have codependency. At the back of the deck, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Yeah, there's a fear. I don't want to go back to a codependent relationship. I don't want to go back to having to purge. I don't want to go back to feeling like I have to cater to someone in case they leave. I don't want that. So I have to go down and work through this. It's your drive to get rid of that that has you then, reach that point of letting go and just opening up to what really is for you in your heart, which is really, really interesting. And I think this person's going to have such a different approach towards you in a romantic way than most, that it's going to be like, it's not that it's not going to feel right, it's just going to be new. You know when something's new, you don't know what to do with it yet, because you haven't opened up your heart to love like that. So it's like, I've never opened up my heart to maybe a healthy love yet. I've always been met with situations that have triggered me or karmic relationships. But I've also never opened up to my heart to a depth that I know I can reach. And I don't know what that looks like. So it's kind of like, well, teach me and I'll teach you. Because you haven't seen what that looks like either. And that's kind of how it comes. It's quite interesting. But you're always in the periphery. You're always like around each other, even when you're both healing, you're always around each other. You may keep in contact, but just an odd text here and there. There's patience here for sure. But it's like, I'm dedicated to this, I'm dedicated to that, meet you on the other side sort of thing. It's interesting. And there's kind of a no-win as well, like this will commence when it's supposed to. Your control issues of, it's like you let go of it, it'll commence when it's supposed to. Both of you are looking at it like that. Very lastly, with the keep an open mind card, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I feel like, again, if you guys are connected to spirit, I feel like maybe you haven't connected to people that are connected to spirit before. Or you haven't had people that had an emotional depth that you have before. And that's why it's new to you. Maybe you've never had to receive before, and now this person's handing out their rings to you, and it's like, oh, it's all new and fresh, and I think you learn and grow. And that's the purpose of the connection. It kind of, your heart turns soft when you finally commence into the relationship, but then it's like the flowers start to bud from the heart space when you both water each other and yourselves. So yeah, that's what I have for you, pal number 4. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.